every single day I wake up thinking, okay, I'm so regretting doing this. It's hard. Every time I go out to the customers, prospects, it's like, there's this one small thing missing. Okay, let's fix this. Then we go again. January, I was like, run out of my own money. And I was like, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm done. And he said, no. Let me show you what I have just completed. I was blown away. Finally, the vision that we were working on, it came up live.
Given the fact that there's actually so many smaller businesses, much more than the bigger enterprises, why not more is being done for them?
SMEs don't have the luxury of time. They don't have the luxury of cost management or expense management. This is where we are leveraging AI, trying to see how we can help decision makers make decisions faster.
How does this work?
It's basically we are taking the job of a consultant. AI is super fast. Takes massive amount of data. In less than 30 minutes, you get a full report. This is where we want to be even better.
Welcome to the Pulse Check podcast, Haja. Great to have you on board.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to talk to you today. I'm in Singapore, normally living in Hong Kong, but love to be here. Good weather today, and I love, of course, always the vibe here. And it was a good opportunity to catch up with you. I know, of course, a bit of your story of Bamboo, having also talked to Ned before. But before we dive into the topics, I would love to start with the icebreaker, as you know. So what's something unique about you? What makes you you?
What makes me me? Interesting question, right? So it's all about. So this is something that I have told Laura a long time ago. When you wake up, what makes you tick? It's just seeing people, making impact to people. It doesn't matter, right? Like simple as like, hey, you see someone on the road struggling, just go help.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's it. That's basically how what makes me excited about every single day. So when I used to be at Bamboo, it's like when I come into the office, okay, let's see who is struggling, or is everyone just smiling and enjoying what they're doing. So that makes me happy. So if I see people happy, that energizes me. Positive impact, and that's
Wow.
what.
That's a great start to this podcast, especially given that at Bamboo, you were basically the CEO. And I think a unique character a CEO has to have is exactly make sure that the people in the company are happy,
Yeah.
that they have the right infrastructure, that they have the good process organization, but also the best life and also, of course, work-life integration. So I love that. So maybe we can start also with the story from being, of course, an entrepreneur all the way the past decade with Bamboo, and then, of course, as it's written on your shirt, Pantherpulse. Would love to hear about that.
Sure. So I think the story goes back to my university days. So I am not good in academics. The first semester I tried to do my best, and then like when I got my results, oh my god, no A's. Everything is like B's and C's and D. Okay, this is not gonna work out. So it's 4 year program, and first semester was like this bad. So I was like, okay, I need a backup plan. So what's my backup plan? Let me just do something entrepreneurial. So I was actually focused in education technology at the moment. Um, then that was back in 2019. Tried to come up with an idea, tried to get my first client, and then I started off with getting a few founders together, and then like 6 months in, okay, this is too scary. I need a little bit more support. I need a bit more maturity. So I call it a day. Um, then fast forward to 2011. Um, hey, this is quite interesting. So I met a friend who is running like coaching sessions for secondary schools and primary schools, and then like he had a whiteboard with all the ideas of what he wants to do for education technology. 99% was similar to what I was trying to do. And I was like asking, so what's this all about? Then he was sharing that he's thinking about this and wanted to do a spin-off. Then 2011, I spent the entire year together with him doing the spin-off. But at the end, I realized I still wasn't ready.
Mhm.
So I decided to quit. Of course, that company ran for a little longer than me quitting. And when I was finishing university, I was like, okay, if I'm so scared to do my own stuff, what is scaring me? Okay, I need something. I need to learn. So where do I learn? Then I stumbled into Standard Chartered. After a year of learning there, fantastic learning there. I went into a smaller companies. I felt that Standard Chartered was great as a corporate, but just very difficult to move things fast. So
Mhm.
I wanted a fast pace, more challenges. So then I went into a smaller company. After that, Tiger Spy, and then after that, Bamboo. Wow, I loved the entire journey because it was just so many roller coaster rides and you had to learn on the go. So yeah, like then when I was finishing up with Bamboo, I mean it's not by intention, right? Like unfortunately it closed. So I was thinking, okay, probably I need to take another job. So I started somewhere and I felt stuck. I couldn't move. Then 6 weeks in, I bid farewell there, and then I decided to just focus on Pantherpulse. Pantherpulse was an idea that came up. It's very simple. I was struggling a lot in Bamboo. As a COO, I need information like this. Net needs information like this. We need to make decisions fast. But to make decisions, we had to coordinate with so many different people to get the information. Can I subscribe to endless number of tools? Yes. But uh, is that worth it? Is it time consuming? So that was the biggest challenge. Then I realized when I start talking to other people outside of Bamboo, it's the same problem. Everyone has the same problem where there are tools, there are people, but it's very expensive. Enterprises, they have the luxury to do that. But SMEs, they don't have the luxury. They don't have the luxury of time. They don't have the luxury of cost management or expense management. So, what is the fastest and quickest way for people to make decisions? They need numbers right in front of their eyes. Like, what's my run rate today? What's my burn rate? Um, can I pay the salary for this month and next month? What's my highest grossing revenue? What's my how can I cut costs? How can I improve the lives of my employees? There are so many different questions to ask, but who do I ask? My CFO? Yeah, my CFO is going to take 3 weeks to come back with answers because he needs to coordinate with different people. Okay, if I ask my HR, HR doesn't know numbers, only the HR portion of it. Okay, if I ask my operations guy, okay, operation guy can give me stuff, but I still can't get the holistic view to picture and then put it into insights and hey, here's a strategy action that I can work on. Now, this is where we are leveraging AI, right? So it's a beautiful time where
Mhm.
there are so many different applications coming. It's not mature yet, but there are so many ways we can play around with it. And because AI is so fast in understanding data and making it easy for laymen to understand, okay, we are leveraging that and then trying to see how we can help decision makers make decisions faster.
Yeah, you said earlier that daily when you get up, your inspiration, your purpose lies in doing something meaningful and help others, especially the underserved. With Bamboo, that was probably the mass affluent segment, reaching them across emerging markets like Indonesia and so on. And now, of course, with Pantherpulse, the SME, the small medium enterprises. And I know it as an entrepreneur. It's exactly right what you said, that it's difficult to always have all the information you need on one dashboard. And during COVID, we also had struggles where we felt, oh, hey, can we pay our the salaries of our employees in time? And how does liquidity look like? Of course, at some point, governments were jumping in and supporting, but it was a tough time. And of course, yes, with AI, Gen AI, I'm sure there is more opportunity to help small businesses. But I wonder, and given the fact that there's actually so many smaller businesses, much more than the bigger enterprises, why not more is being done for them? And also, when it comes to, of course, financial inclusion, there is also not enough being done. So, what's your bigger vision in terms of Pantherpulse, and where do you see it go? Maybe also in the next few years.
I think what motivated us to go into this space was very simple, right? So as I speak to various owners, when we are talking about SMEs, there are two types that I want to just define, right? So one is like either very well funded, there's some sort of a generational wealth, or investors are always investing. So I'm not talking specifically about startups, just manufacturing companies or automotive or any type of companies. Where they struggle is they are always thinking about how do I improve what I'm serving. I'm not looking for like I want to become a millionaire. I'm just
Mhm.
looking for I just want to keep doing this every single day. I just want to have fun. That's the fundamental thing they are looking for. But there's always this inner chaos and the outer chaos. So inner chaos is, do I have enough money to pay myself to take care of my needs? And the outer chaos is, do I have enough to pay my employees? And there is the outer chaos is even crazier because the inflation, the cost of living is just going to go up again and again and again. And then even let's say you're in manufacturing, the raw materials are getting more expensive, it's not getting cheaper. So how do I manage all of these things is the daily thinking that they're going through, right? So we realize that there is this sweet spot. How about having something telling you every single day or every single week some insights on how you can do things differently? That's what we want to do. That's it. Like, I wouldn't say as a startup, like, I'm looking at, hey, I want to become the next Facebook or whatever, right? Because just think about it. How did Facebook become Facebook? It's not just because of our individual data, it's about using our individual data, helping SMEs to make better targeted sales. So SMEs are always looking for various ways to improve their sales and at the same time improve their operations. This is why I felt that, hey, I also want to help you guys here so that at the end of the day you can help your own employees and whatnot. Just last week I just came back from Jakarta, and this one person I met, she has been running her own company, like small shop for almost 15 years now. And all she cares about is like, hey, this employee of mine, he having a wedding for his son. So how do I help him a little bit more? Having fun. That's it. So, some simple stuff. Yeah.
I love it. So you also claim on the website it's basically a data-driven platform giving guidance for businesses who need to know what to fix, how to fix it, and where to start in seconds, not weeks. So let's drill down a bit into the AI capabilities you're leveraging. So how does this work?
So what we are doing is not new in the industry. It's basically we are taking the job of a consultant. So in Singapore, when I speak to various SME owners, at some point they were working with a consultant. The consultant is doing the same thing, getting the financial data, getting their sales information, services, products, or whatever they are doing, and in internal some operational documents and whatnot. Do take a few weeks to do a research, and then after that come back with a 50 to 100 page PDF giving lots of recommendations. Weeks lost. And again, as a founder or owner or as a executive in a company, we have zero time to keep thinking about the same thing. We move on with from one item to another item to another item very fast. So even though the guy is coming back after like 8 weeks, let's say, dude, I've already forgotten about what I gave you. Things have changed.
Exactly.
I can't wait for this. So this is where AI is super fast. Takes massive amount of data. In less than 30 minutes, you get a full report. Now, this is where we want to be even better. I don't want to give you hundreds of recommendations, ask you to implement all 100. I'll just let you focus on the top three. Does this make sense to you? Yes. Implement it. Now, once you implement, because we are connected to your systems, what's going to happen is that you don't even have to say that I have implemented this. Based on your data that is coming through, you'll be able to say you have picked up this item. Then we'll be able to see is there any way to fine tune further. So it's an ongoing like consultant. Can I afford? So can SMEs afford a consultant 24/7? No. Can a consultant be able to give fast recommendations based on what's happening in the company, what's happening in the macro, in the environment? So that's the other thing, right? Like for example, what happened during COVID was so disastrous. Like so many people lost jobs because so many companies had to close down. Even though there was government funding and whatnot, it's just so hard for owners to figure out how do I pivot, how do I survive until things get better. When will things get better? That was the hardest thing. And the other thing, interestingly, is like as I speak to lots of SMEs, again, their runway is very short. That they are barely less than 3 months. Like they cannot see beyond that. But they are surviving for 30 years. How? This is how they
Yeah.
are running. So that means there's this fear of like might need to close down my company, but they are always surviving. So this is it. Like if I'm targeting this group of people, I need to be able to like have something for them at any point of time whenever they want. If they suddenly think about, I'm running out of idea, what can I think, what can I do? Okay, just open up, see what's happening here.
So having worked in fintech over a decade and now also business technology for small and medium enterprises, where do you see the biggest potential in the coming years when it comes to fintech, insurtech, or tech in general? For
Think it's all about relationship with money. Um, I would say like 70 to 80% of the people they do not know how to manage their money. So if I were to go out and spend and I swipe my card to pay for something, is there a way to help the guy immediately know this is what's remaining for this month, these are the pending bills, and this is how much you can afford to spend for the remaining days? That hyper personalization is what people need. It just goes back to our early days, right? When we were younger, our parents control our spending. They give us $2 and then they will say, okay, spend. If I come back home with nothing, what did you spend on? Why did you buy this? So they're teaching us. But as we are growing, this becomes a need rather than a want anymore. And this is what I used to look at during my SCB days. And till today, it's the same thing that we are all trying to figure out what will happen. In Bamboo, we worked on a very interesting project, which is so leveraging AI and then trying to figure out how can we map the entire lifetime and then look at key milestones and how your relationship with money will change. So that that relationship with money is a key. That's what every single one is looking for. And if anyone is able to get there, boom, done. Now this is the exact opposite of what our social medias do, right? Social media is always about spend, spend now, spend now. But financial inclusion is all about how do I help you save more? Not just save, eventually invest more.
Yeah, and it's surprising that in not only emerging markets, but even in developed markets like Singapore and Hong Kong, a big portion of SMEs, up to almost 50%, are not even getting a financing, a
Yeah.
loan in a bank. And often due to also lack of the right information, as you said before, data, and really going through that loan origination process and so on. So definitely still an underserved segment.
I mean, that's a very interesting point, right? Like, how do banks provide money to companies? If you have, if you can prove that you can pay my the loan back, I'm willing to give you as much loan as possible. But 70% of the SMEs, they don't have that kind of cash every day.
Mm.
So my average balance is not enough to show, but I have been surviving for 30, 40 years.
Yeah, that's interesting. Brings me maybe to another small point of yeah, the resilience also you have to have as a startup entrepreneur, and you've definitely proven the past decade. Um, what were one or two events where you felt that you were completely overwhelmed with the situation? You felt you're at the rock bottom, and you found your purpose again, and you kept striving. And what were some of the biggest learnings there?
I would say every single day I wake up thinking, okay, I'm so regretting doing this. It's hard.
It's hard.
Entrepreneurship is hard because, like, I mean, we are still at the early stage, right? So I'm trying to figure out and balance, do the balance act of like product the development and gaining attraction to my product. So like this is like, wait, every time I go out to the customers prospects, it's like there's just this one small thing missing. Okay, let's fix this. Then we go again. Oh, this one small thing. Okay, when am I going to stop doing this deep? It's not feature development. They are not looking for hundreds of features. It's just that one that, because it's advice, right? It's I'm disrupting existing consulting practice. So if I'm saying I'm a consultant, they are just looking for the, hey, can it be just deeper fine tune here? Okay. The other bit is like, no, I think the biggest one was in January, just after Chinese New Year. So we had an MVP version, which I was going out to share to potential customers and potential investors, and then like raising awareness about what we do and how we do things and what our MVP looks like. But 6 months in, I was just tired of repeating the same story because I can't. Now I'm so used to like showing different things every single month in during my employed days. Now as an owner, I have limited capacity, capital, limited resources, so I cannot move fast. And like January, I was like run out of my own money. How can I continue bootstrapping this? And I was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm done." Then he said, "No, no, no, no. Let me show you what I have just completed." I was blown away. Finally, the vision that we were working on, it came out live. And that was when I spoke with Ned and like, Ned, I want to show you something. And he was blown away by what he saw. Okay, there's something here. But how do I move forward? I need money. You know what? Let's not hire anybody. Let's let go of whoever we had in our hand. Let's just two of us continue for a while more until we are satisfied is ready. So that's what we are doing now. It's like we do have couple of guys from Jakarta, and they are like, it's okay, Haja. We'll just continue helping you on the side. Whenever you're ready to go full and you're ready to start paying us again. Yes.
Wow, that's inspiring. And I'm sure Ned also had some tips in terms of sales.
Yeah, I mean, Ned has been fantastic supporter of me, right? Like, I love it. I love his energy, and he will just say things as it is. Like when I first show my the raw idea, he was like, I don't understand. Okay, now I need to work on it. Then again, I went back. I still don't understand. Okay, then I need to refine it until like now, when by the time January came and he saw the product and he saw the vision, now I understand. Okay.
Yeah, Ned Phillips, for everyone listening, of course, having been also co-founder at Bamboo, doing a lot in sales, sales professional for decades, and he is also an ultra runner, has finished and basically won the backyard
Yeah.
ultra in Singapore. So he's stubborn and is really also inspiring, as you, of course, Haja. So maybe the last question more towards the future. I mean, it's so tough to even continue, and it's probably a question very difficult for you to answer. But where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Now, the toughest lessons I learned during Bamboo and now is how do we help people with ideas with capital? That's it. So what I want to be in the future is to have sufficient money where I can invest in people. It's okay. If I don't get returns, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, if I find that this person has so much interest in passion for something, I just want to invest. That's where I want to be. Now, is it through entrepreneurship? Am I going to be a continuous entrepreneur? I do not know. Would I end up going back to working for somebody? I do not know. But what I know is this is a path that I want to go towards.
But that's even more inspiring. And I remember, of course, the story of an Elon Musk who struggled himself to have the right investors and then failed a few times, threw rockets, blew up, and investors getting nervous. But he, of course, was in a place in the US where it's easy to get money. Imagine, of course, Jakarta, you mentioned before, or being even in Africa or somewhere. You have a smart, brilliant idea, but
Yeah,
no
no,
capital. So definitely also something that I'm very keen to work in and also support. And of course, with Synpulse 8, we're also trying our best to innovate when it comes to capital deal flow and support for SMEs and the mass. So really inspiring. Maybe last, where can we find you online? LinkedIn, I guess.
yeah, definitely LinkedIn. Not 24/7, but I'm there at least every single day, a few hours of time.
Good. Thank you so much, Haja from Pantherpulse. And thank you all for listening. Pulse Check Podcast. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.
Thank you so much.